Hi guys, welcome back to my XPS guide. Now I'm gonna review Ignis. So he is a support who able to become 7 stars. So let's compare him to Seaside Nicole because yeah, Microsoft Nicole still not able to become 7 stars at this moment. And why I compare her to Ayaka? I simply want to compare because he also able to heal, and like you can see that Ignis has nice amount of defense. I mean spirit, okay, 90% spirit, and that's pretty high. And yeah, for other stats, I can say that he has insane amount of magic boost, but I think this one is kind of useless. Why? Because unlike Seaside Nicole, Ignis doesn't learn any powerful magical attack. Actually, he learns that, yeah, he learns a chaining move that use attack stats because he deals physical damage. But if you see this, only 30% attack boost, which is low, so it is kind of troll. But maybe the magic boost, I mean the magic stats can be useful if you equip him with maybe a magic ability like Frozen Hurricane or whatever, okay. But on general use, I think this magic stats is kind of useless. And yeah, he also has poison, confuse, and pacify resist, which is good because it kind of almost guaranteed him to be able to cast his support skill on every turn. Only paralyze and sleep, which can stop him, okay. And he also has 30% chance to counter physical attack with first aid, but this first aid only apply to himself, and since he is not a tanker, maybe this is not that useful, but still nice. And yeah, he also get normal 5% MP regen, so nothing special. On 7 stars, it is when he become really useful, okay, because on 7 stars his trust ability allow you to use two foot skills per turn. Very good, and it also upgrades your LB to become more powerful. I will talk about this more later on his abilities section. And yeah, he also learned blind resist. Maybe he can deal some damage, but like I said, his attack stats is nothing great. So I think this blind resist is kind of useless in my opinion. So I think enough about stats. Now let's talk about his abilities. Okay, now let's talk about his 6 stars abilities first. So the strongest and maybe the most annoying abilities he has is cooking. So cooking is a setup skill, okay. This cooking will unlock a set of amazing abilities. So like you can see here, the first is oil drizzled steam fist. So it increases your attack and magic by 120%, which are huge, okay. And yeah, it also gives you 60 MP or 60 MP regen split over 3 turns to all allies. So yeah, very good. Then the next is health regen with defense and spirit, also 120%. So in this department, I think he win compared to Maritime Strategist Nicole, because Maritime Strategist Nicole only give you limit burst fill rate, and yeah, maybe that's useful, but maybe I think health and MP regen are better than LB fill rate. Also, if you need LB fill rate, he also has that too, okay. 200% faster LB fill rate, and it also increase LB gauge to all allies. So pretty good, okay. Also, yeah, unlike Microsoft Nicole, he able to give all ailments resist and also cure the status ailments. So pretty solid character or buffer. And if what you need is an instant MP recovery, he also has that, okay. 80 MP to all allies. It also increase all resistance by 50%. And he also has mitigation. So far, if you take a look on this set of skills, he is pretty amazing, right? Yes, I agree, but remember, this is a setup skill and this only lasts for 3 turns. That means, yeah, you need to choose 3 of this, and if by any mean, okay, Ignis dead, you need to use this cooking skill again, and yeah, good luck with that in the middle of battle, kind of like you have a time, okay. And remember, you can only cast this once per turn because he is still at 6 stars. On 7 stars, you can cast twice of these cooking skills, which is kind of good, okay. But for 6 stars, I think he is very underwhelming, okay, because for starter, okay, Maritime Strategist Nico and Seaside Nico able to give you defense, spirit, and damage mitigation right on the first turn. But for Ignis, it is kinda suck, okay, because yeah, you need to use a setup, and maybe second turn can be late for your characters because they may die taking damage from the enemies. So one solution I recommend you if you plan to use Ignis is to have a character with Cradle of Horns. Cradle of Horns will give you 100% defense and spirit for 2 turns. So that will give you sometimes to activate this cooking skill. Okay, but without that, I don't think he is that good, okay? Especially on 6 stars. On 7 stars, it is good, but remember, you still need to do a setup. So be careful. So he also has other useful abilities on 6 stars form. The first is Analyze. This is 50% attack and magic break, which is nice, okay, to do after you have done your buff, or yeah, maybe you need a backup breaker just in case you need to dispel and inflict your break again. 50% is quite big, so very useful. The next is Regenerate 80% revive, so almost like full revive, useful on sometimes, okay. And next, Regroup. This one give you nice amount of health recovery and health regen, and if you remember that he has nice amount of spirit, so he will recover nice amount of health per turn, okay. His regen, from my experiment, okay, I mean it recovers about 3000 health per turn, so very nice. It is almost equal with 2 Kyuraga. Next is physical damage, okay. He can chain with this, but no one able to chain with him, okay. So you need a copy of Ignis to chain, so that's kind of stupid. And yeah, he also has low attack boost, so useless, I think. So the last useful ability he learns on 6 stars is Enhancement. So it will imperil Fire, Ice, and Lightning resist by 50%. Nothing out of ordinary, right? Actually, it has something good, okay. It enable access to 3 enhancements, okay. Fire, Ice, Lightning. With that, with those, you can give fire element to physical attack to 1 ally. So this is very useful if you have a 2-handed character like Hyo. Like, you know that 2-handed greatsword doesn't have element right now, okay. So with this, you can enhance that and you can go crazy. But on 6 stars, I must say this one is also bad, because yeah, the access only lasts for 1 turn, which means you need to cast this. You need to keep cast this to add 2 characters. I mean, to add element to 2 characters. It may be not a problem if your friend, let's say your friend use Flaming Blade Agni, so he already has that fire element, so you only need to imbue your Hyo. But if there are 2 characters with non-elemental weapon, that means you need to cast this enhancement twice. So I think this one is still useless on 6 stars sport. Also, if what you really need is Lightning Imbue, then you can simply use Dash, because Dash doesn't need any setup. And yeah, I know that Dash cannot do what Ignis can do, but if you use Ignis only to buff then yeah, this one basically only you need to keep using this enhancement, okay, because first turn enhancement, on the second turn you will cast enhancement to a character, and on the third turn you need to use enhancement again to enhance the second character, which means yeah, your role in the battle limited to this enhancement, but this is also fixed on his 7 stars form. So on 7 stars, the most important thing he learns is quick receipt, but you need to equip his Thrustmaster. But yeah, his Thrustmaster is quite good too, and it is also a food skill, so you can cast those twice. Okay, so the first cooldown ability is Overboost. So this one is what I just talked about. This will give you double enhancement, which allow you to use 2 enhancement element per turn. So this means if you bring 2 non-elemental attacker, you can grant same elemental buff, elemental imbue on the same turn. So this is very good. But I think the all stats increase are not that useful. Okay, first he is not attacker and magician, so useless. And LB gauge increase is also nice because yeah, it also give you elemental enhancement. I will talk that later. The next cooldown ability is Royal Banquet Connect. I don't know how to spell that, okay, and it is very good ability. So this kind of fix his weakness. Okay, so I have said on the 6 stars he cannot buff on the first turn, but with this he can buff your party starting from the first turn. After using this, you can simply use your cooking skill to unlock that his amazing buffs. So after that, on the next turn, you only need to maintain your buff using your cooking abilities. Okay, so very good. After using this on the second turn, I believe he can become an equal compared to Seaside Nicole or maybe Microsoft Nicole later. But yeah, on the 6 stars form, I don't think he can compete with those two. And yeah, it also grants you all stats break resist, which is really important on this day because almost all hard trials able to break your stats, so very useful. Okay, so finally his LB Sage Fire. So his LB is suck in terms of damage, but you may want to level it up because it imperil fire, ice and lightning resist by 100%. Remember that he can add these elements to your physical attacker, so this basically will allow you to double your damage using this LB. Okay, very good. Okay, so enough about abilities. Now let's take a look on his equipment. So his equipment, I don't think you need to bother that much about him, okay, because yeah, he is only a support, so you don't need attack or magic or any specific build. But let's say if you want to boost his healing amount, then simply raise his spirit. And yeah, basically what you need to focus on support or buffer is their survivability, because if, especially for Ignis, okay, if he die, then that means it will reset your cooking skill. You need to cast that cooking skill again to be able to use your buff, so that's pretty dangerous. So focus on his survivability. I will leave that to you. Okay, simply gear him up like you gear a tanker. And remember that MP regen is also useful, because important because you need to cast your buff almost on every turn. The most important equipment here is Ignis footnotes. Okay, you really want to equip that, because if you want to use Ignis, you need to have that quick receipt. Without quick receipt, I can say that Ignis is kinda a troll, because you can only use 1 skill per turn. Okay, so enough about equipment. My conclusion for Ignis. So yeah, he is a new breed of buffer in this game. Okay, no one able to imbue an element to your attacker before this. I mean, for a support, okay, I know that Dash and other able to do that, but for a support, he is the first one, I think. And yeah, he able to imbue not only one element, 3 elements: fire, lightning, and ice. Okay, and those are really useful because you can simply adapt against the enemies. Let's say you fight family bomb, that's one of the good example use of Ignis. Okay, and other than that, he also has many abilities to shine over his rival. Okay, so he has all elemental resist buff, which something that Nicole, Microsoft, and Seaside version don't have. Also all elements resist, so yeah, really good. And yeah, he also has nice Trust Master reward, but I think it is not that useful on 6 stars form. The first is, yeah, MP recovery, but I think the MP recovery is kind of small. Yes, I know it gives you a regen, but this is useless on an occasion like King Mog event where you need to have an instant MP recovery. Next is also health recovery, but it also gives you 100% defense, which is pretty nice for a placeholder buff. And the last is magic and spirit buff, which also good. Okay, so with this, I mean on 7 stars, you can use his cooldown abilities or combine Prime Garula Rip with Memory Lane Pastry for early stage buff before you able to utilize your cooking skills. Okay, so 100% defense and spirit are important. So yeah, very good. And the next is about his super trust master. It is good dagger, but I think only Rem right now who need this because she need a dagger with high magic. Okay, but still very good. And also because Ignis is a support, you don't need 2 Ignis on your party. So yeah, if you have 4 Ignis, simply get that Trustmaster, Super Trustmaster as soon as possible. So I think his main weakness is, yeah, his 6 stars form is bad. Sorry, okay, if you think otherwise, but I still believe that his 6 stars form is bad. Okay, and also remember he need a setup which is kinda annoying. Remember that if he dies, then you need to use that cooking skill again, and good luck with that. Okay, and the elemental imbue also only affect one character at a time, so yeah, depends on your party, he may work or not work. Okay, so try him. But for me, I don't have any usage for Ignis because yeah, I still don't use two-handed non-elemental greatsword on my hero or other characters. I simply switch the weapon. But if you think, I mean, if you have 2 hero with 2, let's say Lionheart, then yeah, Ignis may be worth for you. Okay, and in the end, I can only give him maybe 9 out of 10. Okay, really, I don't like Ignis. So if you think I rate him too low, that sorry, it is just my rating. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Private Experience Guide. Bye bye guys.